Morning, Steve Reed in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, I hope everybody had a nice long holiday weekend. We're coming in today and it's cold across most of the Midwest. It's supposed to get colder over the next 2 days. As far as grain markets are concerned, beans are up 9 to 10 cents. We've had almost a perfect storm in the beans. On Friday, the commitments of traders showed that the funds are short beans. It is carnival time in Brazil. It's also rained in central Brazil over the weekend. That might be slowing harvest. It's slowing farmers selling, and it's kind of delaying this transition from U.S.-led demand rally to a South American-led demand break. And so we're up against $10 in the March beans. We could hit some stops on the way up. Market is still bearish beans. I think there's too much supply, but we're just in this transition period so far that hasn't moved from bullish to bearish. We will get an outlook conference numbers later this week, and most people look for the USDA to estimate higher U.S. bean acres in 2015 and a higher carryout, which could offer resistance to the market. Over the corn's almost following, up about 3 to 4 cents. And it's the lack of farmer selling in the United States helping us get back closer to the $4 level of prices. And we also think that as we get a little bit higher, the farmer will begin to sell some corn, and that'll kind of offer some resistance. At the outlook conference, though, the USDA could lower acres, put a trend yield, and show a little bit lower carryout for 15 and 16, which could provide underlying support in the market in this broad trading range that we're in. Over to wheat, we saw last week people buying wheat calls just in case U.S. weather is not ideal. The cold weather across the United States is not necessarily going to cause any problem in the wheat conditions, but there are a few out there that could look for either drier conditions in the southern plains or the northern plains in Canada later this summer, which could help the wheat market. So we've taken a lot of premium out of the wheat market, and so we're probably going to put a little bit back in, especially with the funds short wheat. So it's carnival time in Brazil. There's some slowdown in farmer selling there. That's helping the beans. Funds are short beans and wheat. That might help some short covering. We've got the Outlook conference coming in later this week that should show their first guess of U.S. 15 and 16 supply and demand, which could show higher bean, higher wheat carryout, and lower corn carryout. As always, these are my thoughts, not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services. Have a safe and profitable trading day.